difficult. Where's mine? There are going to be 3 formulas that you need to worry about. There was a total of 6. I converted it into 3. My 3 formulas will work 100% of the time, every time. Jordan's not here. Emily's not here. Cody. Oh. You have surface area of prisms and cylinders, any shape that has 2 bases, pyramids and cones, shapes that come to a point, and then spheres, which is just a ball. Don't forget that the capital B stands for the area of the base. The capital P stands for perimeter. Alright, so you have the formula for the area or surface area of prisms and cylinders. Surface area. All you're doing is finding the area of all the sides and adding them up. Copy that down, and then I'll explain in more detail where that formula is even coming from. Your last test, this is your last shot to get the grade that you want in this class if you're close. This is 12 questions. None of them are going to be hard. There's no giant conversions. It's pretty much all straightforward. It's a cursive L for side length. We don't use a lowercase l in math because it looks like a 1, so we turn it into a cursive L. Yeah. Sphere. Sphere.
You have a tattoo?
Yes.
Just get a real one.
Huh? Yes. This is L1H plus L2H plus L3H plus L4H. Do we have it all written down?
Nope.
No.
Air. What?
Say it. He's not going to say it. She's calling.
I'm waiting for her to say please, like she ain't got no damn manners.
You hear that? You hear
I didn't hear what she said.
Donna, shut your ass up.
I mean, you couldn't ask me when I was standing next to my pencils if I had a pencil.
See this?
Now you got to wait for a pencil. I'm way the hell over here. And my pencils are over there. Alright, Marvin.
She's harassing me.
So here goes. Surface area. Surface area, you're adding up the area of all the faces. These are all the faces to this three-dimensional rectangular prism. You're going to find the area of every single side, add them together. There's the surface area. We're good? But instead of doing that, because some of these shapes are going to be very complex, this rectangular prism only has 6 sides. What happens if I give you an octangular prism? There's a lot of sides. There's 10 sides. You're going to find the area of all 10 sides and then add them all together? This formula will work no matter what the prism or cylinder looks like. Guaranteed. Now every prism and cylinder has 2 bases. These are my bases right here. The top and the bottom. If you find the area of one, the bases you can guarantee on any prism or cylinder will be congruent. So if I find the area of this and just multiply it by 2, then I have the area of both sides. Correct? So that's what this 2 times capital B means. You're going to find the area of one base, which is a rectangle, length times width, or base times height. Multiply it by 2, now you have the area of both of them. Then you have to find the area of all the lateral faces. The lateral faces will go around the sides. To find the area of the lateral faces, you're going to find the area of each side. So this is right here. To find the area of this, it's going to be length times height. Length times height, length times height, and then length times height, and then add them all together. Well, if you look at this formula, the length can change, but the height is the same on every single one of them. So if we factor out the h, then all of a sudden we have the height times all of my lengths added together. So if I take this length and add it to that length, and add it to that length, and add it to that length, what did I just add?
Perimeter.
The perimeter of the base. So if you add up the perimeter of the base and then multiply it by the height, that gives you the area of all the lateral faces all at once, which is where this comes from. So it's 2 times the area of the base. You have to find the area of the base, multiply it by 2. Then you're going to take your base, add up all the sides, multiply it by the height. That is the area of all the lateral faces. Once you get your 2 answers, add them together. That's the surface area of the entire shape. Okay? They can try to mess you up with this. These are all word problems. Try to determine what they are talking about. If I gave you this mug without the handle, it's a cylinder, correct? So if the word problem asked how much paint is needed to cover the outside of this mug, is the bottom painted? Do you paint the top? There is no top. So because this is a cylinder, so you're using this formula, but they're only asking for this outside piece, which means you're not doing that, you're only doing the P times H. Does that make sense? Pay attention to the shape that they give you. Pay attention to what they're asking you to do. They can also ask you how much plastic is needed to create this bucket. I have a bottom, do I have a top?
No.
No. So you're going to do, and they won't give you an irregular shape, they would just call this a rectangular prism, but you only have one base, not 2. Because you have a bottom, not a top.
Right.
We're good?
Yeah.
That formula will work, guaranteed, 100% of the time, any prism and cylinder. Pay attention to what is missing off of it, whether you have both bases. The cone, pyramid and cone, anything that comes to a point is the area of the base, because you only have one base now, plus perimeter times slant height divided by 2. This is why I emphasize that lowercase h is perpendicular height so much. Because now we have slant height. The slant height is a cursive L, and yes, it is just a slanted height. This one as well, they can ask you how much waffle is needed to make an ice cream cone. You don't have the base to an ice cream cone. It's just, there's nothing here. So you would just do perimeter times slant height divided by 2. See how you asked me when I was over here and I was just able to grab one? Beggars can't be choosers.
Choosers can be beggars. Choosers can be beggars, nigga.
Alright, last one is the surface area of a sphere, which is 4 pi r squared. Area is squared, volume is cubed. Don't get that messed up. Anytime you're talking about volume, it's cubed. Anytime you're talking about area, it's going to be squared. All right, for your worksheet.